Hey there. If you're watching this, you're probably interested in setting up a dbt pipeline that can join data across multiple data sources. I'm going to show you how you can get started doing this in just a few minutes using GlareDB. So we've set up this sample repo. I'll include a link so that you can easily get started. And this just takes care of a lot of the initial boilerplate, so you can use to see how everything works. And we're going to clone that. And once you've cloned it and you'll navigate inside of it, we've included a virtual environment here as well. So you can activate that with source, bin activate. The only thing that's included in this virtual environment is dbt and the dbt Postgres adapter. So if you want, you can also just install those things separately. So once we've done that, let's take a look at what's inside. Let's open up Virtual Studio Code. And let's move this over and move this over. And so we've included a profiles.yaml here, again, just to remove some friction and make it a little easier to get started. And you'll want to get your credentials from GlareDB Cloud and swap them in. And so what you can do is open up the GlareDB Cloud workspace, close this, and you're going to click the connect button in the upper right, and then click Postgres. And what we'll do is we're going to take the different credentials out of their connection string and put them in right over here. So first, we're just going to grab this part right before the proxy.glaredb.com. This is our org name, org ID, and then this is our deployment name at the end. Specifying it in this way is going to make it so that this can actually work with dbt Cloud as well. We're going to want the host name to be proxy.glaredb.com. And then I think the last thing we need to specify is the username, which is going to be this first section over here. And I've already exported my password as an environment variable, but if you need to, you can make a new password or just include it here directly. So let's save this. And once we have that, I'm going to run. And I can run by just doing dbt run --profiles dir dot. And this is going to make it so that we're using the profiles.yaml that's right in here. And while this runs, let's take a look at what we've got. So in our models directory, we have a reference, which is not running now. I'll show you that in a little bit. And we have this runnable section. And this runnable section has the staging model first, staging table. And what the staging model does, it has a prehook, which before anything else is going to create a table that contains New York City sales data from January 2019 by reading from a Parquet file hosted on GitHub. So we're creating this table, and then creating another staging model by selecting from that. Once we've done that, we have this NYC sales Jan-Feb 2019, and that is going to union our January data with another Parquet file hosted on GitHub with February data. So this is just making our table a little bit bigger. And once we have that, we're going to join with our data with an external lookup table that's hosted in a totally separate Postgres instance someplace else. So we're able to use this read Postgres function and do a burrow lookup in order to join this data that we've pulled from GitHub that's now in GlareDB, and we're able to join that seamlessly with data in Postgres. This one is very similar, this external DB, but it just shows how you can actually create that Postgres instance as an external database so that you can access it using dot notation. So let's just take a look back at our pipeline. We see that it's run successfully. We are now going to have these tables and views in our GlareDB instance. We've just been able to pull data from Parquet on GitHub and from Postgres to pull it all together, run it just a few minutes. I don't know, I'm excited by that. We've also included this reference directory with models. These are turned off right now, so they're not going to run, they're not going to work, but they show you how you can get started with data hosted just wherever. So we have like a BigQuery example with some information on how you can do that. Same for Snowflake, same for a whole bunch of different things. So check it out, get started, let us know what you think, and thank you.